The title of this video might come as a surprise to a lot of you, but it's true. I have not been enjoying this channel as of late, and I want to make some changes. But before we get into what those changes are and why I'm not enjoying this channel as of late, we first have to contextualize where this channel started and how we got to where we are now in the first place. This channel initially started as just like a place for me to upload whatever the fuck I wanted. All right, I started this channel in 2014, which is 11 years ago. To the day almost. It was August 2014. So, you know, to the month, it's actually 11 years ago. And I had kind of made content before that. You know, I had gotten my first phone in 2013 and just started recording a bunch of shit. And I didn't really have a channel to post it on. So when I initially started this channel in 2014, I was just posting like what I had been doing in 2013 and like up until that point, and all those videos were in Danish, so those are now privated. But I uploaded my first English video on the 22nd of September 2014. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because my channel has been through a lot of different eras, and the first actual era on my channel was this one. I mean, technically it was the Danish era that only lasted like a month. But the first proper era, at least that's like public on the channel, is kind of just this like fuck about, try out shit, and just, you know, upload a bunch of different low quality content. Let's be real, it's garbage content because I just posted kind of whatever and just, you know, threw out a bunch of different ideas on the table and just, you know, tried it out, saw if there was something that worked, something that stuck, and I found that one thing that stuck was like my Five Nights at Freddy's content. I was getting into like a Five Nights at Freddy's phase. And, you know, for example, this DA Games instrumental that I just stole from their Bandcamp and then just posted, got a lot more views than my other stuff. And we will talk more on DA Games later. That's important for later. But the point is, this FNAF stuff stuck with me. Like it's not amazing views for most of these, but it was better than like what I had previously gotten, and my sub count was going up. And back then, sub counts was kind of the metric. Nowadays, it's more so views, especially from shorts and things like that. But back then, subscribers were sort of the metric. And I sort of found that like indie stuff was popping off, like Undertale, FNAF, fucking Slither.io. I forgot that even existed. And then I started getting... I've always been a big fan of Super Mario Logan, or SML. It was like the first channel I ever subscribed to. I found them in like 2010 and just continued watching ever since. And I was like, I made a bunch of like Danish plush videos back in the day. Why don't I like try my hand at like making new ones, but in English? After all, this was an era where a lot of channels were kind of doing what SML was doing, which did get some flack from angry fans being like, you copied SML, but that's kind of the way the internet works. But it was working for a lot of people, and I wanted to try my hand at it myself, so I did, and this stuck. So this kind of became the plush era from like mid 2016 up until like end of 2017. And the thing that really made my channel blow up, in fact, I think this is still my most popular video today, is the Mario plush collection. What is that voice? Listen to that voice.
From what I usually do. So this is my Mario plush collection 2017.
That voice is crazy. But I think it is still, to this day, my most popular video. It is. It is my most popular video still. So obviously this era like stuck with people, and people liked it. I made a fucking movie, which was likely garbage. I should probably react to this someday. Is it? Shit, it's almost 9 years. Ooh, maybe for the 10-year anniversary I could do something. But yeah, that's this era kind of formed my channel for a while. I became like the plush tubing guy. But as I mentioned earlier, you know, when you do plush videos, at least back then, everyone would accuse you of copying SML. Like, even if your ideas were so far-fetched and the characters you used were so, like, far away from what Logan was doing, you would still be called out for being a copycat. You just could not win, and the fans were very, very toxic. So I like slowly like stopped, and then after New Year I just kind of dipped for a few months. You see, the first video back afterwards was an attempt at a plush video, but that was April, so 4 whole months, which was something I hadn't really done much up until that point. And also this was my emo hair phase, but you know, nothing really after that. Again, another little month break, and then another 2 month break. You know, just I burnt out on the plush stuff, to be honest, because the community was very, very toxic, and I was getting bored of it, and I wanted to try my hand at something new. And this is where DA Games comes in, because this is a channel I had also been a fan of for many, many years, since 2015. Again, when I was in my like Five Nights at Freddy's phase, this guy like made all of my favorite songs at the time, and I also thought he was like really entertaining, and I liked his whole look and aesthetic. So I dyed my hair like his and started to like cover his songs, which are deleted because they are like the epitome of cringe. But I started to pretty much copy everything the guy did. Again, a lot of FNAF stuff, a lot of videos yapping because he had done the same. So I was like, I want to yap about my life and trauma dump as well, because that's fucking dope. And yeah, this became sort of like the DA Games era. A lot of horror games, a lot of trauma dumping, yapping videos, and shit like that. Fortnite started to stick at this point as well. Did another plush collection because views were going down, but I was having fun trying to be a carbon copy of Will Ryan of DA Games, basically. And this era continued for a good while. Horror games, yapping videos, shit like that. And this continued throughout the entirety of 2019, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And pretty much most of 2020 as well. And then the infamous lockdown happened, where everyone was so bored that Will's fans, who had never heard of me before up until this point, found out who I was, and they started like mass disliking my videos and being like, now hold on a sec, this guy's just trying to copy Will. Who the fuck you think he is? Like, I was literally like the epitome of you're not that guy, pal. Bro thinks he's him. You're not him. Stop trying to delude yourself. But I thought, hate's not gonna bring me down. I am stoic. I am immune. So I'm not gonna let this get to me, until it did get to me throughout the end of 2020. So I slowly but surely started to like wean down the amount of videos I did, until I kind of just dipped. Because at the start of 2021, I think I made an entire story time on this, actually. Yeah, I made an entire story time. If you want to watch it, it's the one called I Nearly Got Sued at 15 Years Old. Pretty banging story time, if I say so myself. This goes over the entirety of like what happened and why I had to quit making DA Games related content, because he threatened me with a lawsuit and a channel takedown, and his fans were, you know, flooding my comment section and all sorts of shit. You can go watch the story time if you want to know more details on that situation. So I dipped for a while, and then came back and like sort of tried to just do another, like, throw everything out on the table, try out different shit like Reddit, looking at houses, GTA, but it still, I had been copying DA Games for so long that it still kind of had that like DA Games flair, and it took me a while to sort of, I guess, shrug that off and become more my own person. So, you know, I wanted to, you know, find something that worked, and like meme reactions worked, and like subreddits. I remember seeing channels like MK, who I thought was really entertaining, do like Reddit videos and stuff like that, and wanted to give it a shot myself. And, you know, so this sort of became just like the Redditor era, I guess. The Reddit and reacting to memes. Very, very lazy. Very lazy. But to be fair, it's kind of also what I do now, is just react to things. But it's different, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, this was sort of the Reddit era. I remember doing a lot of videos on my second channel as well at the time that kind of blew up. Then I had some personal shit happen in my life, so I took a break again. But once again, this was kind of just like the reaction era. I remember also being a huge fan of Cody Ko at the time, who was also doing like Reddit videos, reaction videos to all sorts of different things, and so I gave it a go myself. I was also, playing a lot of Minecraft at the time as well, which the fact that I was a big fan of Cody Ko and Minecraft at the time, and I was also 17, so yeah, didn't really age well. But once again, I got bored and tired of doing that same sort of content all the time. Though this one video randomly blew up. I don't know why, but it did. Other than that, though, wasn't really enjoying it. I felt it was just lazy slop content. So I was like, okay, I want to take time away to like work on myself. I was in a big like health phase. So I was like, okay, I'm in like a big self-improvement phase. Cause like I had, gone through bad shit in my personal life. I think I also did a story time on why I was at rock bottom. So, you can go watch that one as well. I think it was the one about how I had a fake relationship for months. Banger story time. Anyway, because of that, I was like, okay, I need to improve myself. Need to take time away from the internet. Just work on my health, my goals, all that shit. And so I did, and I randomly came back. I did do some videos. I did do some videos on my second channel at the time that were kind of like, I guess, Timu Mr. Beast-ish, where I just did like big crazy challenges and stuff, which were really fun to make. I actually want to make more of these kinds of videos in the future. It's just that money and time is a thing, but I do want to make more shit like this eventually. And then kind of just returned to my main channel after a few months, and that was when I started the current era, about 9 months ago-ish, which was like the streaming era, where basically the channel revolved around, I would stream the content, have many different segments throughout the stream, and then that would be like edited into different YouTube videos. And it's like variety streams, so I did a lot of like Fortnite, some like rage games, Fodian games, some gambling. You guys know I love gambling. Some like Q&As, but I have to answer honestly. If I laugh, the video ends. GeoGuessr, drama, mystery wheel, like involving chat. That's been a big part of it as well. Involving chat, putting things at stake, like my hair, or like, doing marbles, or, things like that. Some like Reddit reacts here and there, some familiarity, but still like a very new, fresh era at the time. And that's continued up until now. But again, it's been 9 whole months, and I have kind of gotten bored of it. If you notice, for the past like month or so, uploads have slowly but surely like slowed down. And there's other factors. I was also in Turkey during the summer, but I did have like videos to go out and stuff. But if you also notice, I haven't really been streaming as much. In fact, it's been 2 weeks since my last stream, and you can guess that it's because I am now getting kind of tired of this era. So it's slowly but surely like slowed down. But I mean, there is also like, that's why I kind of slowed down like over the summer. But I mean, the reason why I just haven't been streaming at all recently is because I don't want to fuck it. It's all because I got a crush on this girl, and I'm driving her home from campus all the time. That's it. These are the things that we do. These are the things we do. That's what we do around here. Because basically, there's something called time, and like time management and shit. So I'm always either like at campus, then this one girl who I have a crush on, wow, big surprise, she's also one of the few people who happen to not live at campus, so I usually drive her home. However, when I drive her home and like drop her off, we usually end up sitting there and yapping for hours and hours on end. There's also a lake in her town that we go to sometimes, and yeah, we just basically just hang out for hours and hours and hours on end, because we're just having fun. And so that usually results in me getting home pretty late, like midnight-ish, which means naturally I don't have time to stream, and I only have a few interims here and there where I can like edit videos and things like that, But because I'm either hanging out with this girl, or I'm at campus, or I'm working so I can afford to eat, live, drive her home, all that stuff, or I'm, working out and trying to be active and healthy, because shit's not easy. Because of that, I haven't had time. It's hard to find the time to do like 3 to 4 hour streams. Now this doesn't mean I'm never gonna hit the go live button again. It doesn't mean I'm gonna quit streaming. It just means streams will be slower, and that, like, coupled with the fact that, you know, I haven't been enjoying this channel as of late, just all of it combined has kind of led to like a very poor streaming schedule, and I guess also like upload schedule. Like you see like 20 hours ago, 6 days ago, 10 days ago, 11 days ago, like, you know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month ago, you know, the uploads have slowed down, and my YouTube studio has also been like, you know, like telling me very clearly, your views are down because you're not uploading. So even YouTube is rubbing it into my face that, like, hey motherfucker, if you want to get views, you gotta upload. So but like the current style of content has also like kind of gotten stale, I feel like. Like, how many times have you seen me, like, do speedrunning Mario 64, but if I can't beat my PB, I have to punish myself like this, or do this punishment, or Fortnite, an hour to get a victory royale, or I do this. Or how many times have you seen marbles, where it's the same marbles every time? How many times have you seen me, like, gamble my life savings away on blackjack or poker? You know, it's all kind of been done before. Meme reacts, you know. Story times are fun, but I feel like I've kind of told most of the stories in my bank, and in order to tell new ones, I also have to create new stories, which means I don't have the time to stream. Again, it kind of goes in this circle, you know what I mean? But there are still like certain things I enjoy. I do enjoy playing random weird indie games. I do still enjoy putting things at stake every now and again. It just can't be all the time, because then there's no new ideas, there's nothing new to put at stake, it gets boring and stale. But, like, you know, I do enjoy reacting to The Button, and like bad dating shows from Cut and Jubilee in general. I definitely want to do more of that, though that's probably gonna have to be as like offline recordings mostly, because YouTube has me by the balls, and if I show that shit on stream, my channel just, or not my channel, but like my stream just gets taken down. So that's mostly gonna be done as offline recordings. But that will also allow me to create more videos, because it means I don't have to sit down for like a 3 or 4 hour stream. I can just sit down for like a 20 to 30 minute recording session, and that does make it a lot easier. Plus, it lets me practice this skill that I'm, for some reason, very bad at, which is like offline recordings and doing it all in one take. You think it's easy because on stream you are forced to do everything one take, and if you mess up, you just go with the flow. But for some reason, when it comes to offline recordings, like back when I used to only do offline recordings, I would stop all the time and do new takes, because it was like perfectionism. So, you know, if I can hone that skill better and practice that would also be great. But again, this doesn't mean I'm never gonna hit the go live button again. It doesn't mean I'm done with streaming. I still appreciate, you know, having a chat there, and I think it's fun to stream. And not on some parasocial shit. I'm not you guys' friend, all right? Don't get it twisted. But I do appreciate that I have a chat that shows up every stream, that like the community is like, you know, we actually have one, but it's also not so huge that, you know, I can actually read people's messages, which is great. So, you know, I do think the streams are fun. I just can't do them as much. So there's going to be a lot more offline recordings. The content is going to be very, very different. But I will still hop in occasionally for streams just to say hi whenever I have the time. It just won't be as often as it once was, you know? And also, a lot of people have been asking me about like more drama videos, like I did on like Ben Phillips, Cody Ko. I was thinking about doing one on DA Games, etc. But like, the thing is with drama frogs, like, I don't know, it gets very dangerous and very, very toxic, because then if I talk about like drama and stuff, they get very, very drama hungry, and then as soon as there's like a new story out, a new situation that's developing, even if we haven't heard from all sides, and I want to make sure I'm like as, you know, neutral and as correct as possible on, you know, the information shared, they're like instantly like, why haven't you talked about it yet? Talk about it. Why are you silent? Why are you protecting them? It's like the pressure is huge, and that's unfortunately just the reality of when you do drama content. Is drama frogs are going to be drama hungry, and they're never really going to be satisfied. And even I became fucking drama hungry, you know? I did some stupid fucking mistakes. Like I got some stories wrong. I started, you know, talking about drama from my real life in like story times, but because I was so drama hungry, I dropped names and things like that, which should not have been public. I should have used placeholder names at the very least and made sure that any information I did share would not, like, basically dox these people. You know what I mean? So that's why I got to be very, very careful about story times going forward, because I want to make sure that I don't make those same mistakes again, because that was completely fucked up and my own fault, purely my fault. And unless it's a topic that I'm genuinely interested in and I know I have all the facts correct, I'm definitely not going to be doing as much like drama related content, whether it's just a video or if it's on stream. Doesn't matter. I don't know. Drama frogs are just a different breed, and I'm not the only person. It's even worse for the bigger drama channels. So, I'm just like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'm good on that one. But I think that's about all I really needed to say. So, I haven't been enjoying this channel as much. I want to make sure the content doesn't get stale. So I'm going to be making some changes. Still going to be doing dating shows. Still going to be playing some weird games here and there. A lot of it's going to be like offline recordings, but I will pop in for streams here and there. And, it's not the end. It feels like the end of an era. It's kind of sad, but at the same time, I'm not ending it completely. I'm just making sure that it doesn't get stale, so it will be like forced to end. You know what I mean? So I want to spice it up. Want to have a fresh new start, and just make sure the channel is something that I can enjoy and that you guys can enjoy as well. So I think that's about all I really needed to say on the matter. Just wanted to, make a little yapping video and talk about, the changes and shit that's going to be happening. So, yeah. Hope you are all on board for this change. If not, then sorry. But I think it's a necessary change, and I'm excited to be on this new road, this new era, and do some cool shit. So yeah, that's about it. Have a good rest of your day, and goodbye now. Go have a good rest of your day. Go do something good for yourself today. Okay, goodbye now. I'm gonna go. Goodbye now. Please have a great rest of your day. Okay, goodbye now. I really need to get better at just ending videos. Why am I always stalling like this?